my only regret in life was taking AP Calculus. And I think it was also Mrs. Hires, probably not, it didn't make her highlight reel either. I thought I was a smart kid in high school. Maybe not by conventional terms, or maybe not on paper. I did eventually get my degree in sculpture, and now I run a podcast about food. So do with that information what you will. I definitely had a problem. I was a rebel without a cause. I was the kid in the back of math class saying, "Oh, factoring. How are we going to use this in real life?" Which makes sense when you're in a required math class, but you have to consciously choose to take AP Calc. And I did because I thought it would look good on my college applications. But I pretty much knew I was going to art school, so this was a tactical error on my part. But I really wanted to do well in the beginning in Mrs. Hires' class because I thought she was a misunderstood woman. She was loud, she was tough, she had terrible jokes, she drank like 10 Diet Cokes a day. She was old school. She would come up to your desk and rip your paper in half if she caught you cheating. She would throw a Sharpie at you if you fell asleep. And she was really, really smart. I was a prepubescent art kid who thought we were all cogs in the machine and with an unshakable problem with authority. So, taking a mathematics class, a conceptual mathematics class under a woman like Mrs. Hire was, mathematically speaking, completely irrational. But I wanted to do well in the beginning because I loved algebra. That made sense, but now there's like b times the square root of a minus c over f, that equals a triangle. No, I put my foot down pretty early on this whole learning thing, and but I was so stubborn about it because my defense mechanism when she was asking me stuff I didn't understand was like, "Well, Miss Hire, how are we going to apply this to real life? Why are we even learning this? Why are we even here?" And now that I know the salary a teacher makes, I realized that last part was a little sensitive to her, and justified the ensuing rage. But I grew to have a kind of badass behavior in that class because, I had a problem with everything that was going on. And, I totally just lost my place. We had a sub for a while, and for about 3 weeks I gave him a pretty hard time in his life as well. And then when Miss Hire came back, I had the worst attitude I had had yet. I was just sitting in the back of class, no notes being taken, and she would ask me a question, and I would just, shrug like a badass. So we would have these riffs in the middle of class, and they got pretty intense. So she learned to kind of ignore me because there were kids in the class who were, I don't know, trying to get to college or something. But one day, and at this point I knew that I shouldn't be in the class at all, but for the same reason that I was stubborn enough to be a jerk, I was also too stubborn to quit. So Mrs. Hire and I were in this infinite loop of jackassery and disappointment. It was horrible. And one day I came to class with a hat on, because I was a badass. And Mrs. Hire said, "Otis, take the goddamn hat off right now." Which made sense because this was printed right in the student handbook that I had made into a sculpture of a paper bird. But I couldn't let her have this win. So I said, like what any mature teenager would say, "Why?" And she said, "Because it's printed right in the goddamn book. Please take the hat off." "Yes, Miss Hire, but why?" "Because it's polite and we're trying to be decent human beings. Please take the hat off." "Yes, Miss Hire, but when was it decided that hats weren't polite to wear in public?" And now the whole class is full, and they're watching Mrs. Hire and I have this existential debate about social norms and hats, And she eventually got fed up and she told me to sit down. So I sat in the back of class and I was just crossing my arms, taking my victory, while the rest of the class learned stuff. I don't know. But then after class, she told me to stay. So we sat down at her desk and she opened one of her Diet Cokes and she said, "Otis, you know how I was out for 3 weeks? That's because I had a minor heart attack." And I was shocked because this was horrible and I really liked her. But then I also thought, why is she telling me, of all people, this secret? So she chugged half of her Diet Coke and then she said, "I had a minor heart attack. You are going to give me another one." And a few things came to my mind. First, I was the worst person to ever live. B, I think I just got reverse death threatened at like the age of 17. And C, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure they didn't prescribe you a gallon of Diet Coke every day. But I didn't say any of this. So I went home and I felt terrible for the next couple days because why was I giving this woman such a hard time? You know, she was just trying to teach us calculus, and I knew that I shouldn't be in this class at all. I was a literal waste of space and air, and I should drop it. It was the first time that I put myself in her shoes, and I realized that if calculus was the bane of my existence, then I was undoubtedly the bane of hers. And but in the end, I was a little too stubborn, and I did not drop the class. But in the end, I definitely should have. Doesn't matter how hard it is, sometimes you just gotta take it in. Because if you quit, sometimes it could prevent a heart attack. Thank you.